Live from the City of Angels. It's Thursday night. It's time for the box office preview show. Christmas corridor is almost here. We are days away from the biggest 2 weeks in the movie-going calendar. So get ready. Tonight, we have a trailer reaction to start. I did not watch Superman, so I'm going to watch it live with you tonight. I always try to hold that stuff off until I have a chance to react in the moment, right? I didn't read anything about this trailer. I've been very good about staying away from X, from Twitter, and let's just see what I think when I watch it, right? And then you guys come in with your comments, because a lot of you watched it this morning when it debuted at like 6 in the morning here in LA. I'm not getting up to watch the trailer. I'll watch it live on MMT. Thanks for being here as always on this Thursday. Great stream last night. Really had fun with that one. The complete unknown MMT evaluation. I said I'd go 10 minutes, ended up being 45. It's every time I say it's going to be short, it ends up being 45 minutes or an hour. Tonight, I don't know if I'll get that far because I was a little bit sleep deprived last night, and I was sitting through a film tonight that really put me into a coma. So we'll discuss that film in moments. That is Mufasa. But let's start with something we don't usually do here on the Thursday night show. Thanks for being here live from City of Angels. As always, MMT live around the world right now. And I will tell you that we usually talk about the big film that opens, in this case, Mufasa or Sonic 3. But tonight, obviously, the big story in film is that of the trailer for James Gunn's Superman. Now, again, I have not watched this. This is 100% authentic. The first time that I get ready to hit play on this is in moments. I'm a big fan of James Gunn. You go back and you look at what he brought to Guardians of the Galaxy, a film that I saw before it debuted. I went to the early screening of that with very little expectations. None of us really had much that we were expecting out of that. You go back and you remember that was an August release. Marvel wasn't quite as big as it is or was. Let's just say was. Forget about Deadpool, Wolverine. That's different. It's a different animal, right? We're going to find out the real strength of Marvel when Captain America comes out. I think we're going to be in trouble. But going back to this film, when it came out in 2016, is that correct? Was it 15 or 16? But I remember going to that press screening with very little expectation and being blown away. Because why? Because James Gunn is one of those rare directors that imprints a very singular directorial vision onto his films. In other words, what does that mean? And we talk about it all the time on MT. That means that if you got another director, you wouldn't be able to create the same film that that director did. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, that's not true. No, that's 100% not true. And I'm going to prove it tonight. We're going to talk about a film that you can't even see the director in Mufasa, Barry Jenkins. Okay. In a minute, we're going to savage that film. But back to Gunn. That is a singular directorial imprint, right? He has a talent level and a vision that is so unique that it elevates the material. Guardians of the Galaxy would have never been the film that it ended up becoming if it were directed by J.C. Chandor. Right? If it were directed by virtually any forgettable director, and there's a lot of them out there, okay? J.C. Chandor we're picking on because he said yes to Craven. He should have never said yes, and now his career is over. So, and Barry Jenkins, wow, bro, what are you doing? Get ready. Let's play it, and then I'll react. But I just wanted to throw it out there that I have a lot of respect, admiration, and I believe that he's a hella talented director, James Gunn. Here we go. Let's watch it. Superman, all 2 minutes and 19 seconds start now.
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
Superman. Superman.
All right, is this a TV movie? I'm about ready to savage this. I swear, listen, guys, hand to God. Give me a Bible. I put it on right now. I have not watched this until this moment. There's so many problems I have with this. First of all, it does look like a TV movie or like a WB series. It does not look good. I don't know what he's shooting it with. It doesn't have a really rich look to it. Okay. First of all, why the fuck do you have Super Dog in your stupid ass Superman movie? What the hell is this shit? Didn't we already have the DC League of Super Pets? This is dumb. I don't want to see Super Dog. Whatever the damn thing's called. I don't give a shit. You're not talking to the guy who's all about, what's the comic book folklore and let's get into the mythology of it. I'm just telling you that from a trailer perspective, that's not good. I mean, what are we doing? We're doing the Top Gun theme with the Superman theme, right? There's your Top Gun Maverick that I heard he was, you can hear it there with what he's doing. I don't like anything, even the part where he gets hit in the head with a foam rock. What? This is bad. This trailer's objectively shit. You guys. This is what's beautiful. This is me after a movie. I get to do it instantly because the movie I have to get in my car and come back and get in front of the thing. This is not good. Okay, I don't even like the font. Can we just start with some basics? That's a shitty font. Remember I talked to you guys about Strange Darling. One of my big problems with that film is it's not a good font. It's a really bad font. And I know, listen, I know that JT watches, but I'm just telling you, man, I'm here for you. If you guys show me your movie, I would just say don't use that font. That's a bad font, okay? It looks like a TV font. Again, the look of the film is not rich. Okay, go back to what we talked about last night, and we talked about the film A Complete Unknown. What I love about that film is that it feels so authentic, and it really looks fantastic in IMAX, and the color grade, all of that is just on point with A Complete Unknown. This, on the other hand, this looks a lot like what we got from the Suicide Squad, right? It looks like what he does, but I'm telling you, I don't like any of this. I'm not a huge Nicholas Hoult fan. I think he's okay. I don't think he's great. I think he's got limitations. I think, I'm not sold on Corn Sweat. He's not as ripped as he should be. Sorry, he isn't. Go look at. By the way, he's not even shirtless in this. Why don't you show the man shirtless? It's Superman. Every superhero movie, if someone gets jacked, you show him shirtless. Guys, who is Soup's going off on this trailer? Who's saying this is looking great? Because they're lying to you. This doesn't look good. Super Dog alone's enough to make me say, fuck this movie. I don't want to see a fucking dog with a cape. This is dumb. Look at that. That literally looks like, so I know he's trying to make like an 80s. It looks almost like 90s garbage, that font. Where did he find this? Who put this font together? Guys, I'm on my own in the comments. I'll try to hit some. Tell me that I'm not the only person that's watching this and saying this doesn't look good. None of it looks, even this Zack Snyder shit looked better than this. Way better. Listen, I have a lot of problems with Man of Steel, especially the back end. When you get Zod and they're just beating the shit out of each other for like 45 minutes. Too much. It's complete bludgeoning, right? But everything before that is great. It's much better than what I'm looking at here. Okay. the first half of Man of Steel is a great film. I mean, I was loving that film. And then the back half, it really just wears on me, right? Remember, any film that just beats you down over the long run, especially when it should end and it really just keeps going and going and going, your Energizer bunny shit, I'm done. Okay. And I'm just telling you, I don't see anything in this that gets me excited. And the dog alone, I don't care if that's from the comic book. I don't give a shit. That so looks like Suicide Squad, right? All this does. What's this? This is bad. There, hold on. Can we get the exact moment the foam brick hits him in the head? Hold on. The foam rock. Let's see. Give me a second. Here it comes. Let me see. Okay. Oh, it's a can. My bad. I apologize. There's the can that bounces off of him, the plastic can. This is terrible. Guys, this is a fucking terrible trailer. If I were to grade this trailer, I would give it a D-. It's bad. This is fucking bad. There is a kaiju in there, is there? Oh, that's from what do you go? Green Lantern. It's bad. It's terrible. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. Exactly. It's not good, man. This is a bad night. I thought I was going to like this trailer. Now I got to make fun of the trailer, and then I got to hammer Mufasa. This is not going to be fun. Why? I had a great night last night. What happened? James Gunn. And you know what? The other thing, I'm going to call out James Gunn. I'm going to call you out, James. Hopefully someone shows you this. You need to take that fucking ego down in a labor. I'm the guy with the fucking ego. But I swear to God, every time I hear him talk, it's like, I'm Jesus. It's like, dude, back it up. Just back it down, scale it back. And I'm not, you're talking to the guy who talks that way too, but it's kind of a joke. With Gunn, it's not. You get this feeling like, I'm just the king. James Gunn, you should be ashamed of this trailer. It's bad. And your boy Soups sucking at the teat. This is why I don't go to these fucking events. I'm glad Warner Brothers didn't invite me. I'm glad I don't have to answer to any of these studios ever again. I don't have to answer to Warner Brothers, to Disney, none of them. Therefore, I get to savage them as much as I want. In this case, Warner Brothers, I'm glad you didn't invite me, because if you showed me this shit at the lot, I would have asked him, what were you thinking putting the fucking dog in the movie? And they'd be like, okay, walk Weber off the lot. Get him out of here. This is why they will not let me play. I don't want to play. I have no interest in playing in Hollywood because you all want to play nice. No one told James Gunn, this looks like shit. What is this shit? Oh, it's full of hope. Well, oh yeah, I guess it's a metaphor for America. It's coming back. Okay, whatever, James. Whatever, James. Just make this. I can tell you right now, Man of Steel is a better film than this. I don't even need to see it. Man of Steel is a better film, and I didn't love the back end. Man of Steel destroys everything I just looked at. This is a giant fail of a trailer. Exactly, Raynell. It's cute for kids. I don't care. Don't make. Listen, I don't. If I want to watch a comic book movie, I want to watch something edgy. Right? I want to watch something. I don't need to go watch the Christopher Reeve version of Superman anymore, even though that's a great film. But it's still, even that didn't have Super Dog. Right? So this is, the problem is, and I'm going to, this is a problem, and I'm going to address this, and we're going to talk about Mufasa. I know you don't really want to, guys. You want to talk about this all night. I'll go a couple more comments. Let me tell you something. That when you look at any director who's making a film and holds the canon and the mythology and the folklore of all of this so tight, you sometimes get in a bad space. I almost, in a way, would rather have, and this is where I'm going to bring Joker 2 back in, I would rather have a director who doesn't have a strict adherence to the canon and is allowed to play in the sandbox and make something weird. Okay, right? So you look at Joker 2. A lot of you hate the fact that Arthur's taken out at the end, right? So, but listen, that's what I admire, is that Todd doesn't give a shit. He'll do what he wants to do. And I think when you adhere so closely to, yes, we're going to remake Superman. I'm not saying you need to make Superman some kind of totally different thing and this and that. I'm just telling you, I wouldn't put the dog in the movie. I think Zack Snyder might have made the best Superman movie as far as a modern day. I mean, this is not encouraging at all. I mean, at all. Rumor had it that Warner Brothers execs were not overly pleased. Nomis, listen, I'm just here to tell you that I can work at a studio. It's not even a question. I could walk in tomorrow and have a job in creative and destroy it in a good way, destroy people. And let me tell you, I would destroy James Gunn for this. If he showed me this trailer and said, you're going to go back and recut it, and I don't know how much of the dog's in the movie, but you're taking him out. You're not going to feature him. I want the dog out of the fucking trailer. You're going to change the font, okay? You're also, it's too late to change the way you shot this film. Can we get Mangold to shoot this? I'm not even kidding you when I say this. I would rather, and for you know how much I don't like Dial of Disaster, I would rather have James Mangold direct this film than Gunn. I have more faith in James Mangold's vision of Superman than this. No one else is going to say, this is what you get from me. And by the way, it's all fucking live. I have not at all seen this before now. This is what I do. I watch it and instantly spit out the exact perfect evaluation for this. This is not good. This is an embarrassment. And I'm telling you, if you're excited for this film, you need to get into good films. This kind of shit. Let's throw a plastic can against Superman's head. It's terrible. Let me see if there's some more terrible shots in here. And again, Nicholas Hoult, not what, I don't know who that is. Is it Cyborg? Look, there's Corn and Sweat. He's really emoting at that moment. The font's bad. This font's bad. Look at that. What am I feel like I'm watching something that's like direct to DVD and shit. This is bad. This is really bad. The majority loves it. Well, Rivar, the majority's dumb. Welcome to the channel, by the way. You guys realize the majority of people are really low thinking and not very intelligent. Sorry, just the reality. You know it's true. You know it's right. You know I'm right. And the problem is that you get these clowns like Soups, and Soups is the ultimate clown, right? He's a shill with no shame. He is an embarrassment to this entire space. It's not even funny. And here's the thing. You get him, and I'll pull it up. I'll show you. This is what we're dealing with in the space. I need you guys to understand that when you have these people in here that are doing things like what you're about ready to see. If you haven't seen this, get ready to watch Soups, our boy Matt Ramos. Hold on, let me find him. Matt Ram. I did not expect to be doing this after, because I thought I'd like the trailer, and then I have to sit through it. You ready? This is the kind of shit we're dealing with here. You guys ready? You ready? Hold up. Let's make it big. These are the people in the space that the studios love, okay? They don't love Weber. They certainly don't love Weber. They love this guy. Clown Boy. You ready to watch his thing? And this is exactly what you get. This is what the studios want. They want you to be their marionette. And this guy loves being Pinocchio. Let's watch. There he is. Here comes Gunn. Here comes everybody else in the movie. They're like, do I have to pose with this kid that's 4'3"? Oh my God. No, you're not dumb because you liked it. You need to elevate your taste, Rivar. You need to, but you guys understand that look at this. This is what we're dealing with. He is a shill for Warner Brothers, right? Even if he thought the trailer wasn't good. By the way, who walks around wearing the name of his fucking character on his sweatshirt? Hey, do you know anybody that would wear a Soup sweatshirt? Who would wear that other than him? Does he sell those? If you buy one for me for Christmas, guys, if you gift me one, I will burn it live on air. He wore the hoodie when he met Tom Cruise too. Oh, no, I'm not going to his Instagram. Like a rolling shill. Unbelievable. This is bad. All right, a couple more seconds. We're going to get on to Mufasa. But it's I don't know what yes is. Probably just something I said you agree with, which I don't doubt you should. The Man of Steel. Yeah, right. Guys, okay, let's quickly. Let's have some fun, and then we'll get to Mufasa, because you don't care about Mufasa. Let's just be honest. None of you give a shit, nor should you. In the audience, certainly, there's no one there tonight. Let's watch the Man of Steel trailer. Let's just do that, okay? Let's just watch that, and let's see which one we like better, okay? Here we go. This is. Let's see if I can find a shortest. This is number 2. There's 3 or 4 trailers. Here we go. Let's pop this one up. Let's watch this, and then we'll talk about the difference in which one's better. Here we go. Here comes the Man of Steel trailer 2. Oh, old school preview, green card. I already like it better. Stop. I already like what I'm watching 100 times more. Already. I am giving this an A+ versus the F- that is Superman from James Gunn. Let's continue though. Already 1,000 times better.
The world's too big, Mom. Then make it small. Focus on my voice. Pretend it's an island out in the ocean. Can you see it?
This is the first half of Man of Steel that I just talked about. First of all, again, you already see it. The difference between Zack's, and I'm not even a huge Zack Snyder guy, but I can promise you that Zack Snyder is a more talented director from a visual standpoint than James Gunn. That's not a contest. It's not even up for debate, guys. Not a contest. The reality is you see it within seconds. You can see that, right? Certain directors have a very singular direct vision, right? The vision, the look of the film. And Snyder has that clearly. And I go back to Mangold last night. He has a Dial Disaster is terrible, but again, I still like the look of the film. He shoots really well, working with Papa Michael. They're a very good team. Let's continue because this is so much better. It's just like, dude, this is cinema. What we just watched was fucking DVD / made for Disney Plus.
I see it.
My son was in the bus. He saw what Clark did.
You have to keep this side of yourself a secret.
What was I supposed to do? Just let him die?
Maybe. I have so many questions. Where do I come from?
Guys, I'm not a fan of Snyder. Someone just said, I'm not a fan of Zack Snyder. I destroyed. What was the last? I didn't even watch part 2. The Netflix thing. Rebel Moon's terrible. Guys, go back and watch my stream. I got that fucking film. I'm not a fan of Zack Snyder, but I'm here to tell you, everything you're watching on the screen is not, guys, if this were, this would be, right, remember Punch Out? This would be Mike Tyson versus Glass Joe. Glass Joe is Gunn's Superman, and Mike Tyson in Punch Out is what we're watching right now. It's not a comparison. It's not a competition. It's not even close. There's not even a contest.
You just have to decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be, Clark. Whoever that man is, he's going to change the world.
Everything's better. I'm not going to even continue. I just remember, guys, I go back to when I was watching Man of Steel. Was I in Orlando at the time? I saw an early screening of that. And I remember halfway through the film, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I love everything I'm watching. And then remember that back end, the battle sequences go on for like 30 minutes, and I was just beaten to a pulp. And I don't love that in any film. Go back to Everything Everywhere. What was number one critique of that is that it's repetitive and smashes you over the head with that repetition over and over, and doesn't even submit. You just absolutely get obliterated. And that's how I felt at this film. So the first half, though, is perfection. And again, just from a filmmaking, and remember, that's back to, what was the year in Man of Steel? Was it like 12? Was it even before that? Was it 9, 10? Whatever. This looks better there, right? Over a decade ago than where we are now with this. I know it's different. I know the Gunn's trying to go for a more, right, shiny, friendlier version of, again, going back to Christopher Reeve, that Superman. But I'm just telling you, this is better. What I'm watching is so much more interesting to me, right? From an artistic standpoint, infinitely more interesting. And that's really, again, I can't, it's not even close. Movies never say die. Guys, this is not a contest. Man of Steel trailer guts this shit that we just watched. I mean, just again, go back the fucking font. I'm a font guy, And I'm telling you, this looks like shit. I don't know. I need to go back and watch Guardians of the Galaxy again because I'm now wondering if James Gunn can make a movie. I mean, I know I can make a movie. James Gunn, you're screwed, dude. Your DC universe is screwed. Even if people like this movie, I don't want to watch this shit. This is not even cinema. Man of Steel was cinema. Joker was cinema. Very few things are cinema. I would even say Endgame cinema. I love Endgame. But listen, as much as I hammer the Russo brothers, it has a good look. I like that film. I guess so, Jim. I guess so. That is kind of my. I'm not gonna like if you ask me what Weber's into fonts. As soon as I see a font, I'm like, I love it. You look no further than it's up on the wall. May December. I know this is very specific. I just get to, before we get into Mufasa, and then I'll show you some other things. When I saw the May December box, I go, I love the font. I just really dig that May December font. It's up in the corner. You'll see it up there. You can't really see it now when I go wide. Maybe you can hold on. Let me see if I go wide here, you can see it. Do you see it up there? Look straight up from here, right there. Do you see the font? I'm a font guy, and May December has an awesome font. I hate the papyrus font. I can't stand. I will not. I'm not into that. I'm not into it. Okay, guys, we'll come back to this. Let's get ready for the MMT evaluation of Mufasa the Lion King. Okay, guys, let's just quickly show you my out of theater reaction shot. Here it is, and you'll see I didn't love the movie. I'm not kidding you. This is how I was the entire time. I was out of it during this film. Mufasa the Lion King, sat through tonight in IMAX. I want to state for the record, this is the smallest crowd I've ever experienced inside that theater. I've seen 50 plus movies in that theater, maybe more than that. I've never seen fewer people than were at the 5 o'clock IMAX showing of Mufasa. Before I tear it apart, get ready. Here comes a little teaser trailer for Mufasa the Lion King. Pay attention to the very beginning because what you're going to hear is exactly everything that this film is missing.
This story begins far beyond the mountains and the shadows. On the other side of the light. A lion was born without a drop of nobility in his blood.
And we'll let it play in the background. You get the idea. What did you hear at the beginning? You heard the song, right? Circle of Life, the beginning. The play is amazing. I love the Lion King play. If you haven't seen it on Broadway or when it toured in your area, go see it. But, okay, hold on. Let me go back and I want to show something there. Barry, hold on. Here comes, let's get that Barry Jenkins up there. Give me a second. Let's hit pause. Okay. So Barry Jenkins directed this. I don't know why he directed this. It doesn't make any. Why did you direct this? This is a total mismatch of director and film. Okay. Now, if I were to go now, James Gunn and Superman is a match. Okay. Because you go back to Guardians of the Galaxy and you can clearly, you see, he can do that. He knows how to make a superhero movie. Okay. No problem with that. But Barry Jenkins, Moonlight, Beale Street, what? Lion King? What? Where did that come from? Who even thought of that? That doesn't even make sense, right? It's like, wait, what? How did you pull his name out of a hat? Okay, so here's the thing. Go back to Favreau when he directed the Jungle Book and then the 2019 version. Favreau knows how to do this, okay? He doesn't overdo it. I like the 2019 version. A lot of you don't. I can tell you it's better than this. It's definitely better than this. Because first of all, you have songs that are better. Everything, there's no great songs here. So that's a problem too. But go back to the director here. Jenkins doesn't even know what he's doing. I mean, I don't even know who directed this film. Because let me explain. What's he going to do? All he does is these, small character films. What are you doing with a world of CGI and, two lions chasing each other across the plain? And there's all these weird angles and stuff going on. It's over-directed. So Barry Jenkins, you weren't even the right match for this, okay? Because from your past work, I don't even understand how you got the job. And then also, the choices. Why are you showing so many shots? Why do I have to watch 1,000 different angles of the animals? Just let the shots breathe. Let me see the glory of the plane. You know, I mean, go back to 2019. At least there was some of that. Again, Favreau better at this than Barry Jenkins. Barry Jenkins, by the way, has already gone on record saying that he's like, I can't wait to get back to other films. Well, he knows it's not good. He knows he shouldn't take. He took a paycheck, just like J.C. Chandor took a paycheck, and you don't want to do that. I think the big problem with this is it follows the story beats from The Lion King virtually verbatim. I mean, it's like, wait a second, this feels like the exact same film. Okay, guess who gets lost? Mufasa gets lost. Then he comes across what eventually turns into Scar, and the two of them make their way across the land to the glory of the resting spot with the tree and all that shit, right? Where the Lion King takes place. But it's the same old tired fucking, we got to get from point A to point B story that we've seen a million times. But again, all the beats are right there, and all the characters come in exactly the same. There's no reason for this film to exist. And I know a lot of times you say that with a prequel or with anything a sequel, a lot of times, obviously, but there's no magic. Okay. I was bored. There's no thrills. None of the songs are good. Same basic layout of the story, and the direction's too much, and the score is way too much score. Barry, what happened? Did you forget how to direct? Did Barry Jenkins in the middle of this just go, I don't remember how to do this? Because I'm telling you, there's times in this movie I'm watching and I'm like, does Barry Jenkins remember that you don't need to have a score literally globbed on top of the film? There's moments where Mufasa is there with what's her name, the mom, whatever. Okay. And they're doing their thing. They're having their moment, their emotional moment, and Scar's in the background about ready to turn heel. And it's like there's all this drippy score that's unnecessary. And if you just stripped it out and let them have their emotional moment without any of that. So that falls back to Jenkins. He's the director. He's got to make that call, right? As a director, you decide, are we having score here or not? Here's the problem. Okay. This is a big problem. And it is Barry Jenkins' fault in a way, but it's really Disney's fault. Disney is not going to let you make the movie you want to make. Okay. So Barry Jenkins, when he signed up for this, it was a paycheck. Even if he doesn't tell you it is, if you send him this, he'll DM you. If he follows you and he'll be like, this guy's right. He probably doesn't know who I am. It doesn't matter because this is what I like. I can savage his work here and wonder why he took this paycheck because I don't have any connections. So it's all good. But here's the deal. Disney, when you get hired to make one of these movies, is not going to let you make whatever you want to make. So Barry Jenkins is coming in like, hey, just like Chloe Zhao did for Eternals. And then you go and you get into the system, Lord and Miller, Solo. Name a director that has to work in the Disney system. You don't get to do what you want to do. They let Taika Waititi do some things with Thor, no question about that, because I think they just wanted to reboot that and say, why not? And it turned out it worked, right? I like the Thor movies that Taika directed. I'm a big fan, as you guys know, of Love and Thunder, much more than anybody else. I laughed. I had a lot of fun with that film, not this film. This film is not fun. But here's the thing. You cede all that control. So let me go back and offer some advice to directors out there. Do not take a job for a paycheck. I know you got to pay your rent. I know you got to pay your house payment. You got to pay your car payment. You got to do all these things. But here's the deal. When you accept a paycheck for a movie like Mufasa or J.C. Chandor in Craven, you are possibly destroying your legacy. Barry Jenkins has an Oscar. Barry Jenkins is a talented filmmaker. And then you throw him into literally anyone. I could have directed Mufasa. I believe I could have. I think I could have. Just first of all, is he doing shots? Is he out there with a camera? Last I checked, it's all basically computerized. Is it not? What is he doing? What is he saying? Let's take this shot. Let's send the editor's doing that. What's a director even doing? At least with an actual film, you're sitting there going, okay, let's do this again. There you're like, can we have the computer artists make us this screen? It's not really directing. So listen, don't take a job for money because it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. And Barry Jenkins, I don't know what you were thinking, but this was a mistake. I know you know it because you already announced it on Twitter a few weeks ago. I'm looking forward to going back. Yeah, of course you are, because you know you took a paycheck. Directors, stop taking paychecks. Tell Disney, F off. We're done. I don't want any part of this shit. You're not going to let me make the movie I want to make. It's going to be a disaster. I'm going to say no. And listen, back to Chandor, to Jenkins here, to whoever's going to do this in the future. If you decide to say yes, do not cry to anybody. Do not whine to anyone in your circle that you wish that you should have known that Disney wasn't going to let you make the movie you wanted to make. JC Chandor, you should have known you're working with Sony Marvel. Go back to Dakota Johnson. You should have known it's Sony Marvel. Do you understand that I could be an agent, a studio head, all these things in one person? If they just allow me, I could make a fortune on telling people what not to do. Do not do this. And Mufasa across the board is just no reason to exist. I couldn't have been more bored. I'm giving it 50% because Elisa looks kind of nice, even though the effects I don't even think are as good as the 2019 version because, again, the direction's not as strong. You know, Favreau has it definitely way over Jenkins. He's in over his head. Jenkins over his head. And the film is fine for what it is. If you have a little kid, take them. They won't hate it. I'm not saying it's the most offensive thing I've sat through. I'm just telling you that I was bored out of my mind. And again, for all the reasons I just listed, Barry Jenkins, be better. Do better. Do not accept jobs for paychecks. Do you guys understand the whole thing here? You don't like the 2019 version. Listen, I understand. And I know I'm kind of one of the only people, Luis, who does like the 2019 version because I love the songs, right? I'm back in that world. It's the nostalgia of it, the 94 and A Circle of Life, the Elton John version is one of my favorites. I think, you know, again, that Broadway play, I was emotional when they come out for that opening number and they're all coming through the audience. I remember seeing that in Chicago and I was just like, wow, this is great stuff. So yes, it holds a special place in my heart. You know, the original Lion King. So that's why I think I like 19. Once we're here, what did they lead with that trailer? That's why I wanted to point that out. They leaded with the music from the past versions because the music of the current versions doesn't carry the emotional weight. This is just the remnants. It's a carcass. Okay, that is what this film is. Mufasa is a carcass being dragged along by the 1994 Lion King. Jay Shrey, let's do box office 1 second. By the way, Gone Girl was with me tonight, and he can definitely look. You want to see how many people were at the movie? Get ready. I'm going to show you guys how many people were at the movie tonight with us. It was me, Gone Girl, and like 7 other people. Okay, get ready. Look at this. Look at this shit. Can you see, guys? Can you see this? Do you see how many people are in the IMAX? Look at this. Look. Have you ever? Again, I've been in this theater 50 plus times. This is Burbank, California. This is LA. This is one of the highest, if not the number one AMC every single weekend. It is within the top 3, if not number 1. If this is what it looks like for Lion King at 5 o'clock, and you're going to say 5 o'clock's too early. No, it's not. 5 o'clock movies are always packed at AMC. It's LA. People have random jobs. They show up whenever. This is dead. This is the worst attended IMAX screening I've ever seen in there, and that includes documentaries. That includes films that had almost nobody in there, still had more than this. By the way, Gone Girl can attest to this. 2 people got up and left. 2 people got up. Tell them, Gone Girl, come in. Tell them right now. They got up and left because they were bored, and it was like the second act. And that's what I'm telling you guys. This isn't good. IMAX is screwed. Let's get to that box office. Jay, you said that. Let's do it. Let's go for the sales. I'm going to go to the current 9:15 Lion King. You can see this is what it looks like in Dolby 9:15. That looks bad. You're going to say it's a family movie. Fine. I get it. Still nostalgia, right? You look at the 2019 version, it opened to $191 million, if I'm not mistaken, right? Over $1 billion, 1.5 billion worldwide, 2019. And this film can't even do anything at 9 o'clock or at 5 o'clock. When's it going to pick up? Yes, the Christmas corridor is around the corner. And yes, families will go. It's not going to be a total disaster. But I'm telling you, you look at these sales, guys, it's bad. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You ready for my number? Here's the number, and it's not good. Disney's not going to like seeing what I'm going to put out here. The projector's 50 million, and I'm taking it down. Do you understand that if this is 50 million going down, if this is just call it 50 straight up, that will be minus $142 million versus the 2019 version. 142 million under on the debut. Now, I am going to cede you the point that it is the Christmas corridor coming up, and we have seen films come in the weekend before Christmas not do as well, but then all of a sudden pick up. But not like this, not with no one in the theaters. Okay. This is really trending bad. And Disney has the projection at 50. So they're fully aware this is going south. Okay. And the numbers I just showed you guys, there's nobody there. People are getting up and walking out. I am really at a loss for words at how disappointing this will be for the finale for Disney in such a record-setting year for them. $2 billion in domestic receipts between Deadpool, Wolverine, Inside Out 2, Moana 2, Alien Romulus. You had Kingdom of the Planet of the fucking Apes. They had a great year. They had and then they're going to end with Lion King, a film that you thought would do well, and instead is going to massively underperform. So if this ends up being 50 million down, guys, we're in big trouble. We are in huge trouble. By the way, tonight's kit is Leones Negros. Why did I pick? Do you see these things are always planned? Can you see the lions, the black lions? This is from the Liga MX Expansión, a very small league. They're like in the middle of nowhere. Good luck finding this team on a map. But I love this kit because it's crazy and it fits perfectly with Lion King. I could have worn a Superman one. I don't know why, but I didn't even know I was going to do the trailer until tonight. All right, open comments. I do want to get to one more story, and then we will do some open comments and get out of here. It's already at 42 minutes. I mean, I did 30 minutes of trailer reaction. Stuckman can't do that. He tapes it too. We do it live. This is something I want to talk about. I was going to save it to Sunday, but it's such an intriguing pairing that I think we need to get to it. Damien Chazelle and Leo DiCaprio apparently are going to team up on an Evel Knievel biopic. And listen, you guys know I have absolutely nuked Babylon repeatedly here, everywhere. I think the film's an absolute disaster, tonally, without question. But I do believe in Damien Chazelle, the director, if you give him someone else writing the script, and apparently someone else is writing the script. So that's what I am intrigued about. It's not him writing the damn script. Let me pull it up here. This is directly from World of Real. And I do like Jordan's. I think Jordan's, he's stolen some tweets before, but he's pretty solid with his reporting on here. It's interesting little site, World of Real. Damien Chazelle to direct Evel Knievel biopic with Leo DiCaprio to star, written by William Monahan, who wrote The Departed. So that's encouraging, right? Whenever Chazelle's directing, I don't want him writing. Okay, let me hold on. I gotta think you guys can see it. There it is. Because remember, some directors are great technical directors, other directors are great writers and not necessarily great technical directors. Very few are adept at both. Tarantino would be one of those. I think Bong is probably one of those. I think current workers. You look at a Nolan, obviously one of those. You look at a Sam Mendes, not one of those. Technical, not a writer. Chazelle, technical, not a writer. I mean, Whiplash, yes, but not after Babylon, right? After Babylon, remember, when a movie goes as far into the shitter as literally, right, the elephant shitting on the audience, as Babylon, you're talking about a situation where I cannot let you write your next movie. If I believe is it Paramount who said yes to this, which is interesting because they got hosed on Babylon big time. Let's see, Paramount. So Paramount's like, okay, this is a safe bet, right? I'll take Chazelle directing, of course, with Leo DiCaprio, because then you have an awards flick, so you're good there. And then you have a director who is doing only direction, great, and a writer who's writing the script. Now we have the perfect secret sauce to make a great film. So this is intriguing to me because all the pieces fit exactly how they should without someone doing too much. And I think Chazelle, after Babylon, can't do too much, right? He's got to be limited to one certain thing. Listen, Buck Teeth Bandit. Joker 2 Tarantino's with me on that. And Thor Love and Thunder's fun. So, yeah, Scorsese, he can definitely write and direct, but you look at Killers of the Flower Moon, most recent, a film that he didn't write, right? He adapted some of it, but I'm saying as far as original. So yeah, I do have a lot of kits, Harrison. It's too many. Oh my God. BB, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the super chat. I'm in New York City. There are some showings with no sales for Lion King. Holy shit. Guys, 35? You got 35 on this? Listen, 50, I don't even see how it gets to 50, but I'm just telling you, if it gets under 50 and it's like 35, Disney, everything that Disney's had going this year is going to be like gone, right? Everything. I don't know if I'm going to watch Sonic 3. I have no idea. I'm not really excited to see it. So I'm kind of like, Luis has my back. 5 p.m. Alien Romulus IMAX sold out basically in August. Deadpool Wolverine sold out. Lion King, 15 people and 2 left. So there were 13 of us when it ended. Can you believe it? Was it $1 billion or was it over $1 billion? I thought 2019 Lion King was over $1 billion. Hold on, give me a second. I know it was over. I mean, I think it's well over $1 billion. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see box office. I don't, I like to say I have all this. I know it's over $1 billion. I just don't have the exact number. I want to say it was higher than that. Give me a second. Yep, it was. Look, guys, 1.6. I was right. 1.6 billion. So look, right? So you're telling me that Mufasa can't get to 800 million? Half? Shit. The way this is going, Mufasa might not get to 3. Maybe 5. This is bad. Disney's like shit. But the funny thing is, I gotta be. This is one. I'm gonna admit. So a lot of times, I'm always authentic and always and I'm never gonna lie to you. I never have, never will. I will tell you that if I worked at Disney and you brought me Mufasa and you said, "Should we make this movie?" I would say yes. Now, I'm not saying necessarily from a script standpoint. I think the script's it's just a beat for beat. It's just the same basic, you're hitting all the exact moments and everything is basically the same thing. But here's the thing. When you look at a movie that made 1.6 billion, of course I'm going to say make a Mufasa, because you think to yourself, how bad can it go? The audience, even if half the audience likes it, we're at 800 million. That's a fair bet. So I would have said yes to Mufasa. Okay. I would have said yes to Joker 2. I would not have said yes to Dial of Disaster, right? I would have said it's been too long. Indiana Jones is dead. Let's just leave it in the past. And it's exactly what happened. Here, especially the version we got, but still it's better than a lot of films I've seen this year, even though it wasn't good. So I would have made this movie. So I will admit, I just admitted I'd be wrong. I would have made Mufasa based on but it's not a dumb decision because look at the money I just showed you guys. Look, you're talking about $1.6 billion. At $1.6 billion, you make a sequel, right? So it makes sense. Sonic 3 is pure fun and Jim Carrey goes all out. A little bit of Jim Carrey goes a long way, right? I mean, yeah, Steve maybe gets to 400. A little Jim Carrey goes a long way, and that's something. Last night regarding Complete Unknown, didn't mention the final scene. Well, yes, I didn't want. Here's why, Luis. I didn't want to. A lot of times I don't want to get to the exact beat for beat the moments unless the movie I want to trash. I don't care. Which I guess some of you will be like, that's not even fair. You should never do that. You shouldn't ruin a movie. But I don't want to talk about that last scene. But yes, you're right. The last scene's great. Listen, it's one of the best films of the year. It's one of the best films of the year. It's not even. It's the best directed film I've seen this year. I have not seen The Brutalist, but best direction. The font critique. I should add that. I should add the font critique to the MMT evaluation. Do I like the font? Definitely not for Superman. A couple more seconds, we're out of here. Listen, I didn't even want to do an hour at 49, so I might go under an hour just because I always say that I'm not going to go, and then I won't. So I'm not going to do it today. I'm not going to do it. You can't make me. Coming up, I want to mention what's coming up. Sunday night, we're going to have a bunch of stuff. I might bring back up the Chazelle thing, but I think we did a nice job covering that. No one else can do what we do. No one in the space, certainly not Fraud Fantasy. None of these people can hang. It's not even a contest. Here's what I'll tell you. Because we just did an evaluation. We broke down the trailer live, didn't watch it until that moment, and hammered it. No one would do that. I'm sure Fantasy wouldn't. It's all American. It looks great. James Gunn can do no wrong. Because that's how he scores all his interviews. Do you think I can get an interview with James Gunn after what I just said tonight? You think it's ever going to happen? Even though I praise some of his other stuff, can you imagine? They'd be like, no, Warner Brothers is never going to let me on the lot again. I never expect to ever go on the lot again. I never want to. I was good. I did that. Do you understand that once you cut the cords, I'm completely free of the studios. I have no cords. Get gone. They're all gone. I don't owe a studio a fucking thing. And let me tell you, that makes me very dangerous. But what's funny is you look at Searchlight. Last year I destroyed, going back to a complete unknown last night. I destroyed Poor Things. Searchlight was not happy with that. Emma Stone should fire her agent. This is terrible. Turn around this year. I say Kinds of Kindness is probably going to end up in maybe in the top 10. I really like Kinds of Kindness. Much better film than Poor Thing. And then you look at Complete Unknown. I rave about, say, the best direction. What's funny is this. This is how petty the fucking studios is. So let me just burn Searchlight to the ground too while I'm here. Let's just do it all tonight. Let me burn them down as well. Here's what I'll tell you. Searchlight is retweeting everybody saying a Complete Unknown's good. It's fine. It's great. It's this and that. My tweet had got a shit ton of traction, and not I'm saying that I care. I'm just saying it did. They didn't retweet it. You know why? Because they're so fucking petty. Weber hated Poor Things. We can't possibly. Do you understand that I'm going to like some of your stuff and destroy other things? I'm not going to play like everybody else. And guess what? I don't have to, because I don't care if you invite me down to your lot. I don't care if you invite me to your big Warner Brothers thing. Look, everybody, here comes James Gunn. Let's all stand out and get a round of applause. Let's make standing O for James Gunn. Whatever. I don't kiss anyone's ass in this town. It'll never happen. Okay. People I respect and I like their work. Of course, I'm going to go up and say I like it, but I'm never going to hold back my thoughts on some project because of the fact that I liked a director's prior thing, or maybe I had a conversation with them. It's never happened. I would never say on this mic ever something I didn't fully believe in. And that includes hammering things that unfortunately a lot of people are scared to do, because you look at the situation where you could get in trouble and the studio could get angry with you and, oh no, I might not get access to a star or to a screening. The reality is I don't need that access. So once you are free and you have no ties and you have no commitment to anybody, you're allowed to do these things and you don't have any fear of the repercussions, because who cares if they don't invite you? Do you see? And I don't even, do you think I send any emails anymore saying, hey, Warner Brothers, can you invite me to the James Gunn thing? Hey, Warner Brothers, can you let me see Dune early? They did let me see Dune too, which was shocking. But typically, no, I don't send any emails. Hey guys, can you let me come to your party? I really want to hang out with the stars. Thank you. No, I have no interest in that. I did that shit. And truthfully, when you accept that, you are signing a contract that essentially makes you snip your balls. And it's never going to happen, man. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. A couple more comments. We're out of here. And you guys know that. There's nobody in the space that's more dangerous. Nobody. Best actor Oscar. No, stop. Stop. The font for May December on the poster is Impact. Oh my God. I wonder why this channel is so niche. We're talking about the name of the font for the May December box you see up there behind next to Air. You see it up there. It's apparently, Joe tells us it's Impact, a bold sans serif typeface. I can't. You guys stop. Just stop. I don't want to do this anymore when you do this. Jan Campia is a joke. He is. He's a fucking joke. I see him in Burbank. Come up, dude. I'll call you a joke. I'm not afraid of John Campia. He's not good. He's not talented. I told you guys there's about 10 people in the space that are legitimately talented, and that's it. I don't think I could even name 10, but one, I told you guys I'm a big fan of Lights Camera Jackson because he's fearless. He says shit that the other guys won't say. I have a lot more respect for Lights Camera Jackson than Sean Fennessy. Not even a contest. Not a contest. No contest. None. I have no respect for Fennessy. He's a fraud, and he also wants to get his interviews with look, I have James Cameron on. Oh my God, when's Avatar 3 coming? Can you hammer a film? Can you say the things I said about Avatar 2 and have an interview with James Cameron? Hell no. And that's why these people are not to be trusted, because they know that they have to play within the boundaries. When you go outside the boundary and you trash things, you have now become very dangerous to the studio system. And they're typically, the way they keep you under control is, well, then we just won't invite you to the next preview. And I go, well, then too fucking bad. You know what's funny? Here's a funny story about Disney is I flame them and I also praise them. So I got an invite to Alien Romulus, right? And out of nowhere, it came into my inbox, Alien Romulus. So I replied and I was like, yeah, I actually will go see, because I wanted to see Alien Romulus. Like, I'll see it. It's at Burbank. I'll go check it out. I got a reply back from Disney going, I'm sorry. Who did you get this from? It was literally from them. I'm like, what? And you know, at that point, you know what I said? I said, I'm not even going to fucking give you the time of day. You think I'm going to reply to you saying I'm going to beg for your fucking invite to your movie? I don't think so. I don't think so. You dumb fucking PR person. I don't give a shit. Don't think you have control over me. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. Can you please find room for me in your fucking screening so I can come in and hang out with all the dork critics that are all part of the system? Hell no. I'll see it on Thursday up in the corner by myself and then trash it afterwards. I have to worry about you, the intern PR, trying to have some kind of power trip I have no interest in, and fuck off. This is why they don't invite me to the shit. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I got invited to a screening of the Robbie Williams movie. I'm salty I couldn't go. It opens on Tuesday, dude. We'll just see it Tuesday, Luis. I'll see you up there. It opens on Christmas. We can see it Christmas. I'll probably see Nosferatu on Christmas. By the way, folks didn't invite me to that because I'm sure I'm going to find it boring. They don't want to invite me. I'm dangerous, guys. My shit gets traction. People listen, and people in the industry DM me all the time. And they're like, well, you seem to have the ire of some studio. I'm like, well, it's too bad. It's what I do. I don't know. I have no interest in the studio liking me. Studio's never going to hire me, so why not just go ahead and nuke them? There's no reason. They're never going to. I could turn any studio around. Lionsgate, A24 needs to fire everybody. Every single person. We'll talk about that again on Sunday because they have a trailer for Death of a Unicorn. I'm going to savage that in addition to everything that A24 does now. They're a joke. They're a complete and utter joke. They're run by Gen Z idiots. I was going to say something worse. Jay lost respect for Campia's opinion a long time. He liked the Superman. Oh, Jay. He liked the Superman. It's bad. It's not good. It's not good. Man of Steel trailer is 1,000 times better than that trailer we just watched tonight. Bad stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to roll out. Thanks for being here. Well, good. Listen, a broken clock is right twice a day. You just assume that listen, John Campea is a broken clock. He's going to get it right at 2 and 2. That's it. He's not going to get it right the other remaining 22 hours. So, right, that's just, yeah. No, I'll watch it Sunday. I don't want to watch it tonight. It's been I'm tired. Thanks for being here, guys. As always, let me play the song I had on the way out of here. On the way in, I'll play it again on the way out. Thanks for being here. Always a pleasure, and it really is fun. And I thank you guys for being here. One more time, our closing song tonight is Deza's Brit. Give me a second to cue it. I'll see you back here Sunday night for the big show, including the live MMT evaluation of Nickel Boys. Ready, set, goodbye. Also, if I didn't get to some of your trailers, your comments, I want to hit them right now. I'm going to hit your comments. Anything you can send it to me, I'll get it on the way out of here. Here we go. As always, pleasure. Guys, live from the Steve Angels. MMC is hell.